The candles. I'll light these candles at $1 on Hex. That's the next time I'm lighting them. Yeah.
Hey everybody, and welcome back. Another day of Pulsechain awesomeness. And yes, big crypto influencers are flocking to Pulsechain, which is really fun to see. And of course, we're getting more listings out there as well. So it's going to be cool. Everything is really starting to ramp up here as we lead DeFi into glory. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've got Lights Beneath the Truth in the house there. How are you today? Very good. And we got EHEX, PLS, PLSX, and Center for the Win 100%, the golden standard. That is the ultimate strategy of this channel. Check My Pulse in the house there. What's up, Superman? Good to see Check My Pulse. Big shout out to you for reposting some of the live streams as well. So big shout out there. We got, who else has jumped in here? We got Ryan Torres. Good to see you, Ryan. Let's go. Absolutely. A big shout out from Check My Pulse to everybody. We got Wookie in the house as well. Wookie is here as well. I'm not sure what he's trying to say there, but good to see Wookie in the house. No one really knows what he's actually saying, but he's a lovable, cuddly sort of creature from a galaxy far, far away. That's all we can say. All right, let us get into it. We're got a big show lined up today, so let's get started. Let's rock and roll. We're gonna get right into the stock market. Let us go here, and bam! All right, so the stock market there, S&P 500 ends at record. Do you guys like being part of history? I don't know. It's pretty good. Briefly hits 5,000 for the first time ever, which is pretty cool. And let's see the results there. Dow Jones up almost 50 points there to 38,726. S&P 500 up 3 points to 4,997. So must have touched 5,000 intraday there. And wow, pretty good. NASDAQ there as well, up 0.25%, 37 points to 15,793. So absolutely record levels at the moment for the stock market. We did have a little bit of news here about some stuff, so we're going to talk about the economic news in a second. Let's have a look at the oil. Brent oil there, $76. Crude oil, West Texas, $76 a barrel. Brent oil there, just under $82 a barrel. They look pretty sort of flat there based on the numbers there. Gold there is at $2,048. That's pretty flat as well. Silver, $22.66. So commodities pretty boring there, but of course the stock market doing very well. We have got a little bit of economic news here. The labor market continues to show strength. Remember that the Fed's trying to trade off to some degree inflation, higher inflation for employment. So the labor market's still showing that strength. So we're getting quite a long lag effect from the interest rates on the economy. Labor market continues to show strength as Fed speakers echo higher for longer rates. So obviously, if the economy is still, not quite reaching the inflation target, they're going to keep the interest rates up for longer. A number of people filed for unemployment benefits in the week ended February the 3rd, fell by 9,000 to 218,000. So that's dropped a bit, adding to a slew of recent data showing the labor market remains strong. The recent strength in the labor market, which threatens to boost wages and inflation, has muddled investor expectations on aggressive Federal Reserve rate cuts this year. Now, I think that's a little bit over the top, but that's what they've written here. Richmond Fed President Tom Barkin on Thursday acknowledged that robust economic growth and a strong, tight labor market gives the Fed time to hold off starting the process of toggling rates down. In other words, that pivot that we're all after. They are also doing some revisions to some of the inflation data, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there in terms of the Federal Reserve. So that's the stock market. So stock market record highs, so bolding well for the rest of us. Crypto, of course, doing really, really nicely here. Bitcoin at 45,323, up 2.5%. So Bitcoin back on the ascendancy. Bitcoin dominance taking over as well. 50 points. Was that 50.67%? So that's going up as a Bitcoin dominance over the rest of crypto. Ethereum, though, it's still looking pretty good at $2,423. Just down slightly there, 0.1% at the moment as we speak. Everything else pretty mixed, but mostly green, I would say. We've definitely had some strong performers like CAS has been continuing to do well, up 7% to 12.5 cents. So there are some other performers out there. Let's jump into Bitcoin. Let's zoom into that, though, since that's on the ascendancy. And you can see here, wow, looking so good, isn't it? So that yellow line is the 50-day EMA, the moving average there. and Bitcoin. Look at those beautiful candles there, up and away, 45,302. Really are looking good. Remember, we had our previous high back here on the 11th of January at $49,102. Let's give you a bit of context. So we're at 45 at the moment, so looking really nice. Now, let's add in the overlays. The overlays here showing that we've got the Bitcoin halving is getting ever so closer. So let's just put the ruler in there and see how many days away that is. That is approximately 68 days away. So we're getting almost down to 2 months. We're 2 months in a week. So getting closer and closer there for the Bitcoin halving. Going to be so exciting to see that. Remember, the Bitcoin block goes down 3.25 BTC. So it's going to be a bit of fun. What else there? The Ethereum ETF, of course, we're going to talk about that. So let's get into that. Before we do, though, let's talk about the Bitcoin price target at the moment. So Bitcoin is heading towards 48,000 in the short term after its breakout fueled by a strong track record of gains around the Chinese New Year celebration. This is according to Marcus Thalen, their head of research at Matrixport and founder of 10x Research. The next few days are of paramount statistical importance as Bitcoin tends to rally by about 11% around the Chinese New Year, starting on February the 10th, Saturday. So we're entering a very bullish time frame from, say, tomorrow onwards. During the last 9 years, Bitcoin has been up every time traders would have bought Bitcoin 3 days before and sold it 10 days after the start of the Chinese New Year. The largest crypto by market capitalization, of course, passed 45,000 on Thursday after yesterday clearing a key resistance level around 44,000, which had been capping prices since the spot ETFs began trading in the US about 4 weeks ago. Remember the 10th or 11th of January there. Thielen described the breakout as very important and that it marked the end of a corrective period that saw Bitcoin decline to 38,500 in late January. This opens the door to our short-term target of 48,000. And so, as I said, the last time we got back up on the 11th of January, there we're at 49K. So we're getting back up there, folks. Bitcoin to 52,000 by mid-March. That's the call here. Looking further ahead, Thielen forecasted further upside for Bitcoin based on the Elliott wave theory, technical TA analysis that assumes that the price move in repetitive wave patterns. Price trends develop in 5 stages according to theory, of which waves 1, 3, and 5 are impulse waves, representing the main trend. Waves 2 and 4 are retracements between the impulsive price action. BTC completed its wave 4 retracement by correcting to 38,500, according to Thielen, and has now entered its last 5th impulsive stage of this uptrend, targeting 52K by mid-March. So there we are, still in very bullish environment. The overall bull market could run well into next year, peaking sometime between April and September 2025. So this is actually a little longer than the time frame that I have at the moment, but that is dependent on who wins the US election, in my view. Obviously, if I think Trump wins it, then yeah, this time frame is definitely plausible. If not, then I think it's going to be a much shorter time frame for the markets. In earlier report, he set a 70,000 price target by the end of this year amid supportive macro environment, monetary tailwinds, US election cycle, and increasing demand from traditional finance investors. So there we are. That is some bullish targets here for Bitcoin moving forward. I hope you guys like that. We're going to try to bring the bullishness. All right, there we go. All right, so that leads us into Ethereum. Ethereum at the moment also above the 50 moving average. Look at that yellow line. So looking really good on Ethereum. And at the moment, we've had quite a range today, actually. We've got a high of $2,462 here on Coinbase and the low of $2,410. We're currently just above the low there for the day at 2,410, but still holding very strong here. As you guys know, Proto-Dank sharding is in the final testnet phase. We covered that yesterday. And of course, we are looking for a formal date, but I do believe it's going to be March for the mainnet. And then, of course, we have the Ethereum ETFs coming up in May. So we've got a huge bullish lineup of crypto news, as we've been saying from day to day, that basically, you know, we had the Bitcoin ETFs in January. We've had Ethereum Proto-Dank sharding in January, February, and leading into March. And then, of course, we have the Bitcoin halving in April. And then we have potentially the Ethereum ETFs getting approved, fingers crossed, in May. So a very bullish half of the year. Maybe we get an interest rate pivot by June, and that's a bullish for, maybe bullish for crypto as we lead into this bull market. So that is Ethereum looking good. That's going to lead us into Pulsechain. Before we get into Pulsechain, now let's welcome a few other people in the house. Who else has jumped in here? Let's scroll back up to the chat. I think we got to Ryan. Let's go. I like that one, Ryan. What else there? We got J-Pon in the house there. Good morning. Good to see you, J-Pon. Crypto Dan as well. Hi, guys. Hope everybody is doing well. Hey, look, markets looking good, aren't they? Stock market, crypto market looking good. People are feeling good. It's a good thing all around. Howdy, folks. Brennan in the house. Our TA expert is here. Never fear. We got Eddie Hadvina in house. We're looking good in Pulsechain community. Pulse pump in order. Woohoo! It says Eddie. I like that. I think we are in a very good environment for a massive Pulsechain pump. Brennan says the year of the dragon is upon us, says Brennan. So it's certainly bullish there from Brennan. What else we got going there? Yep, and there's Wookie's join Strategy Club today if you want to hit that link. We do have a session on tomorrow if you want to join Strategy Club. That is on tomorrow, so you don't want to miss that. Good time to join. All right, let's get back into it. We're going to get into Pulsechain. We've got a huge lineup of news here. Richard Hart's given heaps of posts, posting heaps over the last 24 hours. And here was another one that he posted here about 17 hours ago. Another beautiful day for the Ethereum that has been coming over to Pulsechain. And so he's just highlighting the Pulsechain green candles there and all the green charts on the uptrend. Look at that. PulseX. Now, PulseX has been an incredible performer, right? 660% on the upside there. So amazing on the old PulseX. And, of course, Hex as well. Hex has been lagging, but it's still up 286% on his time frame that he's using here over the last 146 days. So pretty awesome. That's from Richard. He's had 67,000 views on that, which is pretty nice. But he's been posting a lot more than that. So he's been putting out here. He's actually been pivoting a little bit, changing his behavior because he's actually been shouting out, one or two, or at least inferring. In this case, it's a very clear shout out to Internet Money, the Internet Money. So she doesn't normally, shout out protocols that aren't his own. So a bit of a departure there, but man, that's a bullish sign for Internet Money, and getting Richard Hart's shout out is pretty huge. So if you haven't downloaded Internet Money Wallet, you might want to consider that. Certainly, it has been audited and it is now a commercial version. And it seems to be going very well. They seem to be growing very well. And the profit, of course, one of the great things of Pulsechain and Internet Money is a wallet is a great example of that. Is if you've got Time Token, which is their native token, then you get a share of the profits on that chain. They're on 4 different chains, but Pulsechain is the one where most of the growth is happening. But you get a share of the profits here. So that seems to be going up. We're going to focus in on that in another video. So really exciting. Anyway, some people have said nice things about Internet Money. It supports Pulsechain natively and got audited. Remember, you have to actually fix important things, audit fine. So do your own research and make sure it's legit. Obviously, they have done that, of course. Richard says Internet Money is a true honor to get a shout out from you. Thank you. For those wondering, the items found on both audits resolved. That can be verified in the audit itself and our open source repo, of course. So that there is from Internet Money. So big shout out to KG, Internet Money, getting Richard Hart to shout that out. Pretty awesome. 68,000 views on that. I'm sure they're going to get a lot more wallets downloaded after that. They're already on a good uptrend. 5 hours ago, Richard Hart said, Ethereum, you don't have to pay $100 to use Uniswap or $15 to send a token. Pulsechain was invented to get Ethereum gas fees down. The more you ETH transactions you move to Pulsechain, the lower the fees should be. Enjoy the free coins. So you don't need Prodank sharding. You got Pulsechain, right? You can get in action and start participating, which is pretty cool. So cool fee there. That's the way. And of course, just showing how much cheaper it is on Pulsechain. And of course, we cover that every day anyway. So that's kind of cool. What's that? 35,000 views on that so far. Pretty cool. Might give that a retweet. How about that? Let's do that. What else is there? I think that was it. So let's got a bit up here 1 hour ago. What RH Maxis, Richard Hart Maximalist should get followed. That's from Richard there. What else has Richard said here 4 hours ago? In order to help prevent imposters, this account has accepted a delegation from Pulsechain Conference, which should add a Pulsechain icon, which should reduce imposters. Apparently, any speakers at the last 6 conferences are eligible, thanks to Matty Allen. Apparently, it's under review and took the blue check too. So now we wait. So that is from Richard there. Hex Incentive and PLS and PLSX are all on the Pulsechain, and you can only have one extra logo. So Pulse is the most encompassing. Hex does have the logo, a best logo though. Thus, Pulsechain was the choice there from Richard Hart. So that's pretty amazing. Really interacting with Matty Allen and the Pulsechain conference. Of course, we covered that as well that is coming up. Was it in April or something like that? So kind of cool. That is from Richard. Some big updates there. That leads us into the title of the video. Big crypto influencers. Yeah. Well, Brennan says congrats to KG and the team. Absolutely. Big shout out to them. Well done too, eh? Yeah. So we're talking about title video. Big crypto influencers flocking to Pulsechain, and we can see here. This is Goldkey. He's posted this. Ivan on Tech, 428,000 followers. Obviously, Ivan Tech's been covering Pulsechain, and of course, Crypto Wendio's been doing stuff, getting on some influencers' channels as well. 360,000 followers. Real Crypto Face, 143,000. Blockchain Boy, 64,000. Ben Armstrong, of course, 61,000. And Vay Jolla there, 54,000. We're getting more and more. And that doesn't include people like Rand and other people that have been covering Pulsechain. So things are really turning around. This is a big, big thing. I mean, the size of these influencers, especially if they get very dedicated and, at least a good piece of their content covering Pulsechain is super bullish, right? And they get a big, wide audience. So it's just spreading the word big time. So it really is big, amplifying what the Pulsechain influencers in the Hex community do already. But really another massive step up. So really, really cool. In fact, we got a little video here. There's a couple of little clips from Hexologist video he just did with Ben Armstrong, BitBoy, and this just came out yesterday. So let's have a quick look at this.
Bringing Ben here because he's a cool dude. He's out there shilling Hex now. He's talking about Hex. He's one of the I would say even a Hexican. He's had Richard Hart on his show. Yeah. He's got to talk to Richard. So what do you think about Richard? Me and Richard are buddies. I love Richard. I haven't talked to him in maybe 8 months or something like that. I mean, and guys like I know a lot of people in the Hex community, they're wondering what my intentions are, right? Well, I'm going to show you over time, no question. But I know there's a lot of people who are like, I don't know, like what's up with this guy? He's coming in here, he's talking about this stuff. Guys, there's no other community out there that understands more what I've been going through personally with my business in the last 6 months than the Hex people. And you guys have shown out, and they've been supportive, and I've appreciated it. And there's some people that are and look, I want to be very clear here. I'm okay with people in the Hex community being hesitant about me. I'm totally fine with it. Because like I said a few seconds ago, or a few minutes ago, over time you're going to see. So get all of it out now. If you want to say some bad stuff, go ahead. I'm not going to hold it against you. I'm not going to be upset about it. Yeah. I don't want to have to block people. You say stuff all the time. Right. So, be careful with it a little bit. Yeah, you don't want to get blocked for when you come back around.
All right, so that's just a little clip out of there of BitBoy, and he will, Ben Armstrong, he will be covering Pulsechain and Hex and doing some supportive activities, things like that. So you're going to see more of him. He's obviously going to be covering general crypto as well. But another bullish sign, right? Another bullish sign for Pulsechain. So, yeah, the big crypto influencers are coming, and that list looks pretty fine and dandy. Some big influencers there, and more coming, right? More coming. So, as you know, Ben Armstrong was the biggest crypto influencer out there. Obviously, having some issues there, getting pushed out of his BitBoy chain, but we'll see what happens in that phase. He's going to challenge that and try and get that back. So, there we go. So, looking pretty good. Now, let's get into the day 272 for Pulsechain. The end day results here: 000122 for Pulse, up 3.5%, 22% above the mean sacrifice price. Pulsex at the moment, quadruple 0499, up 3% there. And the buy and burn, just always love the buy and burn. It's up at 694.7 billion Pulsex has been bought up and burned. That's 3.4% of the public supply. So that's gone forever. And that's great news as we move forward into time for the multi-year phases of Pulsechain. Incentive token there, $2.75. The ratio is 22,500. So it's actually pulled back from yesterday. It is down 1%. So that's interesting. Maybe some bit of whales were selling it down a little bit there on the ratio. And we must be getting pretty close to 24 million. I said that last couple of days. We must be getting pretty close to 24 million in supply. So it does have that scarcity play as well. Hex, of course, has been a bit of a laggard. It's currently 1.54 cents on PHEX, but it is up 0.6%. EHEX at the moment, 0.75 of a penny, and the combined price of EHEX and PHEX is 2.29 cents. So just on the bottom of that range, really. Got rejected at about 3.1 cents or so, and once we break that, though, it's going to be up and away. The number of influencers out there that are here talking about $1 Hex, there's a lot. There's a lot of them talking about $1 Hex. So I do think once we get past that 3 cents, definitely the ascendancy of Hex is going to be quite a powerful move. So looking good. Now let's move on into the charts. So the charts here on the daily on Pulse here. looking bullish. Look at that. I mean, the chart looks pretty good to me, and higher lows. And yeah, it looks like we're getting closer and closer to winding up for a breakout. The RSI is down at 58. We've got a little bit of a turning event happening here in the MACD. You can see that the MACD is starting to turn a little bit here. We're watching this a bit closer, a bit more detail, but I think it's starting to look a little bit good here. We'll watch the next day and maybe next 2 days, see how we get on there. But not too bad. Maybe next week we will see a nice real upturn there after the weekends, because Sunday's kind of a lazy Sunday. We will see how we go. Now we're waiting for multiple protocols to launch, right? We've got a backlog of protocols waiting to launch on Pulsechain. It is so much DeFi and GameFi and other things to launch on Pulsechain. It really is backing up there. So once it starts launching, it's going to be quite a wave of protocols launching on Pulsechain. So it is really cool. It's really cool. Looking forward to it. All right, so let's get on to PulseX. PulseX looking pretty similar and up and away there. PulseX a little bit stronger now. PulseX has a very strong use case coming up, of course. Power City Earn protocol. They are delayed with the Fetch Oracle, but they are working on solutions. They've got to get it right, because once you've gone live, right? So, and this is potentially going to be, similar size to Liquid Loans, I guess, in the tens of millions of dollars of stable coins. As you guys know, Liquid Loans has gone over $30 million in stable coins. I think it's sitting about 31.5 million last time I checked. So there's no reason why this doesn't do tens of millions of dollars of stable coins as well, and lock away, $100 million more of PulseX. It's going to be pretty massive if we see similar numbers as we've seen with Liquid Loans. So there is going to be a lower entry to do loans, $500 rather than $2,000. So definitely it looks really, really exciting. All right, so kind of cool. So that is PulseX. Waiting for that. Now let's jump over to the RSI. RSI is pretty cool too at 60. Cool is probably 50, but we're kind of in the middle zone there at 60. So plenty of room to move there. Incentive token at $2.75. Oops, I pushed the wrong one there. Don't want market cap. Let's go to Pulse ratio. Pulse ratio got sold off. Yeah, sold off a little bit there. We got up to 24,000. We were down at 22,500 at the moment, but looking very good. We got resistance right at this 24,000. Definitely look at that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 daily candles. Got resistance there pretty much. And that is at the 23 Fibonacci there. So interesting. So let's see how we go. We've got higher lows. Let's see if we can break it up. We'll look how tomorrow goes, right? All right, that is the incentive token. PHEX at the moment, the week definitely looks weaker than Pulse and PulseX. We got a bearish cross here as well, but like I say, that could be a fake out, and up we go. We've still got the holding this line here on the 50 Fibonacci at 1.4 cents. We keep hitting that all the time, so I think it's still looking pretty good there. And RSI pretty cool at 50, and we're getting a bit of a turn on the MACD. Not quite yet, but a little bit, but not quite yet. So let's see how we get on. Maybe next week is good for that. All right, so that is PHEX, EHEX as well. The weakest of them all, but just slightly drifting here below the 50 Fibonacci here. We're down at 76 at the moment. So let's see if we can hold on to this spot. Otherwise, the next price lane is 68 hundredth of a penny, which is 61 Fibonacci if we break down from there. All right, let's jump back into the validators and have a look at that. Oh, I missed that. Validators for day 272. How are we going there? 52,785 validators, 1.69 trillion off the market. No change there. Let's look at the gas prices. 256,000 beats, so not too bad. They're pretty much just above the normal. 1 cent for a PulseX swap at the moment. 700th of a penny for a Pulse coin transfer, and 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. We are almost 4,100 times cheaper than Ethereum. It is super expensive on Ethereum at the moment, but this is nothing compared to bull market. It is $46 to swap on Ethereum at the moment. So, man, that's just crazy. For the retail book, you come to Pulsechain. Pulsechain's where the action's at. The big X's are going to be on Pulsechain. It's the place to be. Like I say, it's only 1 cent to do a swap on PulseX at the moment. And that's kind of on the high side compared to $46 on Ethereum. So you decide. We've got so many opportunities to really ramping up. It's so good. 4,600 times cheaper than Bitcoin, $3 a cent of Bitcoin at the moment. And really the only ones that are kind of competitive with us at the moment are kind of Bitcoin Cash and Monero. But, all the action is happening on Pulsechain, all the development, all the DeFi revolutions, all the influences. That's the place to be. So kind of cool. It is like Ethereum opening up another McDonald's on the other side of the street. It's kind of cool like that, but with a cheaper cost structure. Maybe it's a cheaper version of McDonald's. All right, so let's have a look at the bridge. Bridge has been a pretty good health check. Health check on Pulsechain, 123.5 million. So we're up slightly from yesterday on the bridge. So that's kind of cool. Looking good there. So the health check there in lock coins. Pretty similar to yesterday. Liquid Line's got 1.13 trillion locked. And the validator's got 1.69 trillion locked there. So looking pretty good on the old Pulse coin there, I should say. So that's pretty much it for day 272. We're going to start day 273, of course, shortly. So it's going to be pretty neat. But let's get into some of the other top categories here. So our next category is top PRC 20s. These are coins that were copied over on the 10th of May last year for the Pulsechain fork of Ethereum. Remember, it's a full system state fork. So all your stuff that you had on Ethereum would have got copied over on that time on the 10th of May there at 10:36 UTC. Let's have a look at the latest here. It looks like we've got PDI starting to make another move. PDI is a curious beast. It's a curious beast here. But man, looking on the weekly, you can see the weekly, the RSI is 73. It's overbought. So it's an interesting beast is this one. But on the daily, the RSI is chilled off a little bit there. Got down to 60. Back up now at 65. Remember, 70 or higher is kind of in the overbought territory. But man, this thing's looking pretty interesting. Look at that. Really still climbing there at the moment. Got a higher low here at 1.9 or 19 hundredths of a penny. Is now 23 hundredths of a penny. And just slowly moving up. So, we'll watch this. I think it's still going to take a breather here. Just get that cool off their RSI a bit, in my view. But it can still rally quite high. It's definitely not a ballpark to try and get back to that 32 hundredths of a penny again. So definitely keep a lookout for that. Anyway, so let's jump back out of here. Everything's kind of up here. Treasury bills up, TDB is up. These two are new tokens. They're not fork tokens, but they're doing pretty well. What are we talking about? Wrap Bitcoin, $93.66, up 10%. As you guys know, I've said that Wrap Bitcoin could do incredible during the bull market. And particularly may have a big breakout later on too. So it's not a given, but it's just a logical following on from if the Bitcoin has a bull market, will Wrap Bitcoin, even though it's not backed by real Bitcoin like Ethereum's version because it's just a copy, will it get pumped up by the market, by consensus from the market? We will see. But $93.60, trying to break through this yellow line at the moment. That's really facing resistance there. But I think once it goes, it's going to be quite a nice little pump there. And of course, easily a 2x in there probably on that. So we'll keep a lookout on it. RSI is a bit heated. On the RSI, so maybe just chum along here for a little bit longer. But we are entering that Chinese New Year period, so let's see what happens over the next 10 days. Will it follow that move on Bitcoin? Troper up 6% as well. Another copied new coin. What else is looking interesting? Chainlink back up 13%. Pepe, the big meme coin, is up 24%. And this is kind of these two big branded meme coins, SHIB and Pepe, have been lagging a little bit there, but that's a nice pump in there today. Look at that. And once it passes 1500, at 70 is 1500, man, up with the races. We've got a nice little slowly higher lows. Look at that, slowly little higher lows. Once we break that 1500, it's going to probably do a pretty nice little strong pump there. Maybe get up to 2800 or something like that. We'll see how we go. What else is looking interesting? SHIB is up 6%, so we've been following that too. What else there? Pulse Bitcoin down 13%. I think that's it on the list there. Uniswap up 14%. That's kind of the numbers there on the PRC 20s that I'm tracking. Let's go to our third category, the meme coins. Have a look here. Axis Alive. Man, Axis Alive just can't keep this thing down. Say what? This thing just keeps going up. Say what? It does. It keeps, look at this thing. This thing is just out of control. What's Axis Alive doing to us? Is he giving it some juice? It's $33,500 per Axis at the moment. It has just been going up there at the moment, so we'll give it a rocket. It is rocket. So going. All right, so that is pretty much that at the moment on Axis, just continuing to climb. That's from the influencer Axis in the community. No token from Randy Alaski is pretty much flat, not doing too much there. I guess it's waiting for some news from Randy. Obviously, it's on 9inch. You can do stuff on 9inch there for the farm. You can get some rewards there on 9inch exchange for no token. But we'll see what else Randy comes up with. He's very innovative. So we've got Reflux there, 10% there. Mega is pretty flat. What else is looking interesting? Duck token is up 112%. So, the magic duck there. This is what Somi calls, the magic sauce. We got here at 6,760. A big pump there yesterday. So, say what? Where'd it come from? I don't know. Someone pumped the heck out of it. The old duck token there. Greg the Duck, isn't it? What they call it? They got Lewis the Duck here. I don't know where the Lewis came from. But anyway, that's up 112%. Now, we talked about the influence of BitBoy or Ben Armstrong. Now, keep an eye out. If he's going to be covering Ben token, then this is V1 Ben token, and that's keep an eye out on this because this could just continue to rally with his coverage of Pulsechain. And that, so that's definitely in the case. Now, there is Ben V2, I believe. He's going to bring that over as well. So just to keep a lookout for that, but definitely a speculative play on the back of Ben Armstrong. What else there? Trump token is down 30% there. It's a new meme token here. That's pretty much it. So let's jump over to the main event. Category 4, Pulsechain projects. This is my favorite one, of course. This is the stuff that really brings a lot of value to Pulsechain. Let's see here what's doing well there. What token up 2%? As I said to you, if you want to pick up, accumulate some Watt token for the Power City launch, then that's definitely the time to do it before the news comes out, right? So definitely, and the rewards. Remember, they've got profit sharing coming out for that too. Looks like ZX, the big privacy coin, is just taking a bit of a chill pill. But man, look at that thing. It is just consolidating here. At the moment, it's 6.2 cents. This is one of the 2 privacy coins. Now, it does look like Hurry Cash is not working. That hasn't worked since last year. So we don't have 3 protocols as I'm aware. We only have 2, Beetroot and ZKZX. Remember, ZKZX is a fork of Tornado Cash. And, of course, Richard's covered the importance of privacy, I think it was yesterday or the day before, on his X account there. And so this has got a nice rally out of that, but consolidated. And, so some people are calling big numbers for ZKZX. So if you want a privacy coin in your portfolio, this and Beetroot will probably be the 2 to consider. Do your own due diligence, of course. And how high will it go? We'll see. How many coins are in existence? Let's have a look at that. Does have a burn in it too, right? Does have a burn. 100 million ZKZX in there. And it's at 2,200 holders. So it's got some pretty decent holders from the looks of it. This is a dead address. So that's the burn address there. It looks like it's got 4% has been burned already in the dead address there. I think there's 3 different methods you can do on EVM chains to burn that most developers use. And this one here's got its own dead address as opposed to the common, the general one that you can use. There's also another format of doing that within the token supply itself, where the token supply itself decreases. And that's the 3rd one. Those are the 3 ways of getting rid of tokens. So it's kind of cool. We've also got 3.5% in, I guess this is the liquidity pool. But we do have some larger holders in there. So interesting times for ZKZX there. All right. How much is in the pool? So we've got 100 million tokens. We've got 3.5 million in the pool there. Yeah. So there we go. All right. So that is ZKZX. What else are we going to talk about here? Let's jump down through this. We've got Time Token up 10%, so obviously getting a boost from Richard Hart talking about Internet Money Wallet, and that's like really good big promotion there. I bet KG is very happy about that, and because remember Richard Hart was going to bring out his own wallet, so we'll see what happens in that space, question mark. And the rally continues. Got a real big pump out of that Richard Hart post there. Let's have a look at the hourly. Nice little rally in there. So in that from Richard Hart post, and then back down again that volume. At 3300th of a penny at the moment is Time Token. We're going to check it out. We're going to actually do special coverage of Time Token. I want to have a look at the revenue growth. We know that has done some pretty good numbers recently, and if it's getting adoption and people are trading more through it, remember it's got Petius Dex aggregator and other stuff in there. They're also being integrated with liquid loans and things like that, so it's getting more bullish for Internet Money. They really are making those deals and spreading the word. Texan token up 14% as well. The endowment token from Rags to Riches and Crypto Heartbeat doing pretty well. Beetroot is down 15%. So that's the other privacy coin we talked about. So obviously they had a big sell-off about 4 days ago, but is probably getting oversold now in my view. So at the moment we've got quadruple 08200. I'm not aware of any issues here. So that looks like it's getting oversold, and you can see it on the RSI it's oversold. So this might be close to a pickup if you want to accumulate. Maybe a good DCA to accumulate on this at the moment, quadruple 082, because I do think it's can't see any reason why it would be selling down like that. So just got obviously the trauma from a big sell, and yeah, and the RSI says it's in the oversold territory. So maybe that's one of the ones if you want ZK, ZX, if you're after privacy coins, and Beetroot, which we've been covering a long time. What else? The Internet Money up. So obviously Internet Money has another token, Internet Money, and that is up 23% at the moment. So really, man, that's done really well. Look at that big volume come in. Let's see if it can sustain it. You know, it's going to be tough. That got sold into. Look at it, got sold into big time there. Let's have a look on the hourly of Internet Money. Yeah, look at that. Bam. Some whale came in, said, thanks very much. Bam, I'm taking your money. And there we go. So, but anyway, great coverage from Richard Hart on that. I fear the other one there is up 8%. Plant token from TRH up 10%. We're waiting for TRH V4 from Jacob's ecosystem to come out. SparkSwap has, they got a new product out. I think they launched another farm or something today, something new. SparkSwap, I was supposed to bring it up, but I forgot. So SparkSwap, they're having a nice little green candle there as well. Yeah, I think some new farm or something. I just can't remember it now. But they've had a good day there. Now, Pulse LN, wow. So the on-ramp to Pulsechain with the Bitcoin Lightning Network included, that is up and away there. 3.2 cents, looking very nice. There's 16K liquidity, 3.2 million market cap. And yeah, how many coins in that actually? Let's have a quick look at the coins on Pulse LN. You guys know it is super fast. Honestly, I've used it. It is really, really fast. 63,300 holders. There is one, what is that? 3 zeros, 9 zeros, 12. Was it 1 trillion? 1 trillion PLN. What's the holder distribution? 99.99% is sitting in the main address. I have no idea why that's sitting in there, but that is it from Pulse LN. So really, there's not that much in circulation. Pretty cool. 0.01% in circulation. So that makes it a pretty attractive looking vehicle. In fact, how much is in there? Only 254,000 in the actual out trading pool there for Pulse LN. So looking good there. All right. That is pretty much that. Are we almost through the list? I think we are. Fame is down 10%. So it's always a chance to pick up some good tokens. You know, this is one of the blue chip protocols when it's on a pullback. Not quite fully oversold yet. Maybe let it get down to 30. And then maybe it's a good entry point for you to pick up some Fame there on the cheap. So not bad there. Fame is the GMX fork, remember? Kind of cool. What else there? Texan token up 15%, as we said earlier. That's pretty much it at the moment. So that is the Pulsechain projects. Obviously, we've got a whole wave of projects expected to come out. Power City, Tetra, Magic Carpet Ride. There's so many different groups coming out with protocols, and we're looking forward to them all. So stay tuned for that. This list is going to get very big. It's going to get a very big list there. That's all we're going to say. All right, bam, that's it. So let's jump over to liquid loans news. So we have some loan news. But before we do that, let's catch up. So it's project news time. But let's see who else has jumped in the chat. Where do we go here? Bam, 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 bam. Craig Pitt in the house there. Morning all. Good to see you, Craig. Andrew Reynolds as well. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday to you, Andrew. Brendan says, Ben also adding $2,500 to Pulsechain conference giveaway, matching the $2,500 Matty Allen was doing, says Brennan. That is true. That's in the video from Hexo. Duke is in the house there. Cheers, everybody. Good to see you, Duke. Nice. Is that a beer? Looks like a good lager. Could do with the lager now. It is summer here. Good for a nice drink there. Holger. Okay. Kristen House in the house here too. Yo, what's good? Let's go Pulsechain. Absolutely. What does Axis Coin do? Or just a meme? No, I do think there's stuff around it. I haven't really gone too much into it, but definitely it's worth following it with Axis Alive to see what's going on there. I know that they have a huge supply that's sort of centralized, just like we saw with that Pulse LN coin. Axis is holding most of the supply, so I don't know exactly. I haven't looked much further into it than that. But there may be a lot more around it in terms of, because he has quite a lot of TA workshops and education. He has websites and stuff like that. So there may be a lot more information on there. Good question, but I haven't looked into the answer for that one myself. Harvey Diaz in the house there. Why can't I swap some of my Hex for ZK ZX? Anyone can explain? I don't know. Try using Pateas, Harvey Diaz, if you haven't used that. Andrew Reynolds says, I got the ZK-ZX swapped on Patius for Pulsex the other day. It was working fine. Yeah, I would try Patius there, Harvey. Now, if you go to useful links in our Discord, you'll find all the on-chain swaps, including DEX aggregators like Patius. Wookie says, let's go time. Absolutely. And CC says it would be nice if Internet Money Wallet added NFTs. Yeah, that must be on their list, eh? That must be on their list coming up there. Just ask KG. You know that, CC. Ask him and then he'll give you an update on that. He's very responsive. One of the best responsive people out there, I would say, that I've seen on comments. So definitely get into that. All right, bam, let's go. Right, so Liquid Lines had a pretty big upgrade. Exciting news, our new DApp update is live. They've added Internet Money integration. So Internet Money starting to get, these partnerships and getting a bigger use case. It's looking pretty cool. Wallet Connect joins the party. So they've got Wallet Connect now for Liquid Lines. Borrowing USDL page upgraded. Update to copy wallet to command. They've got liquidations page, dark light mode visibility. So we all like the dark light mode. It's kind of a thing that people like. Enhanced product tour. So they've increased their product tour to make it easier to unfollow. And they've got lots of release notes there. So pretty cool on that one. I'll leave a link to that if you want to go and check out that in more detail. But that's Liquid Lines update. That, and you can check out all the feature upgrades there. Bam, that is the link there if you want to check out all the details of that. But some good updates. All right, let us jump over to the next update. Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus here. You know, guys, how they've got the wizard, the farming wizard. So they've got not all the farms, but most of the, like a lot of the farms, I would say, in one spot. I guess their ideal is to get them all. As more DEX is launched, you know, they have all the farms there. Now, I don't know whether they have sort by yield. I think that's, I don't know if they've not thought about that, but it's actually the most important one, in my view, is sorting by yield. But hey, they've got that all linked in there on the wizard. They've added a claim all button. So if you're in multiple farm pools or liquidity pools, you'll be able to claim the rewards. So with one button. So that's kind of cool. So definitely worth checking out there on Hocus Pocus. So let me just copy that link there if you want to check that out in more detail. If you're into yield farming and so forth. And that's their wizard, right? So the wizard one button claim. So it's a nice little feature there. It saves you having to go into different farms if you're into that sort of way of making money in crypto. So that is the link there for that Hocus Pocus wizard. All right, looking good. You can see the button there. They got claim all. See that, claim all, and the wallet pops up, and then they claim it. That's how easy it is. Bam, there we go. They got staked there. Look, staked, active. Yeah, staked. Yeah, so you got this example's got two different farms they're on, which is kind of cool. One's Pulsex and one is Rentomania. How about that? All right, so that's cool. Now, Magic Cup Ride. Getting closer. I said to you, more teams are launching, of course. We've got a whole backlog of projects expected to launch on Pulsechain. Now, Magic Cup Ride has got an ecosystem, so they've got 3 protocols plus their main staking platform. So that's 4 different dApps if you want to look at it that way. And we're waiting for the Magic Cup Ride staking platform, the buffet, that's called, I think. And we're also waiting for Barista to launch, which is the front end for Liquid Lines. So that's we've been testing that on this channel. The MCR buffet captures yield from the DeFi establishments. That always those 3 protocols. Remember, they've got Bistro, which is going to be an over-the-counter. That'll be the first one on Pulsechain that I'm aware of. And number 2, they've got Stakehouse, which is going to be a Hex staking pool. And then number 3, they've got Barista, which is a Liquid Lines front end, which is going to help with auto balancing and extra rewards like Bean Token. So it's kind of cool there. And we've been testing it on this quite a bit. It is now officially in audit. So that's their MCR buffet or their staking platform. We earn the rewards. 2 more weeks, they say. 2 more weeks. Ha ha ha. For Magic Cup Ride. So they are getting closer and closer. We look forward to their protocols launching. All right. Let's go to the Magic Cup Ride because I'm actually testing, aren't I? Magic Cup Ride somewhere. I think I've got stake testnet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sign on. So I wasn't planning to do this. So let's have a look. And bam. I've got to swap over the testnet though. Let me go to testnet. And if you want to get hold of Pulsechain testnet 4 details, that's in our Discord under useful links. We've got a whole section there on Pulsechain testnet v4 if you want to get access. But let's go to the dashboard. You guys know I have got quite a big position there, 9.78% of the pool. And looks like I got another 2,194 beans. So let's claim that while we're here. That's what we're chasing. We're chasing down the bean token. Have you been there? Have you liked coffee beans? So kind of cool. I'm also getting 979 pulse and 56,000 USDL. This is all on testnet. Looks good. Testnet rich. Testnet wow. That's what we say. So there we go. If you don't have any tokens, if you don't have any MCR 369 tokens, which are going to be the main token, you can buy them on the Pulsex. Yeah, they've got a little link here to Pulsex, so you can jump on there and it will pop up Pulsex, I guess. Yeah, it is. So pop up Pulsex and you can buy some. How about that? Pretty easy. They got all the thought about it all. There we are. The rewards are collected now. While we're here, we might as well go to Barista too, because I'm logged on. I haven't logged on and harvested my bean. So let's go do that on the Barista front end. So this is one of the protocols. This protocol will be funneling fees into this platform for those who got the MCR 369 token. Remember, none of this is launched yet, so this is all coming up to Pulsechain. And beautiful front end, isn't it? Beautiful front end there. Let's go to the rewards. And actually, I'm on the wrong account here. Got so many different player accounts. It's crazy. All right, let's go on that one. Yeah, 97. That looks good. So let us harvest. They've got 379,000 loan tokens. Testnet whale. Testnet whale. All right, let's go. Bam. We're going to harvest that. I really like how they've got these little tabs down here, and you can they just run really smooth. We'll see how how cheap it is on Bristol right now. Pretty clean. All right, 46 minutes on the live show so far, and we're ticking away. I said it was going to be a pretty full show, and I have not been wrong. It has been pretty full. All right, so let's go to staking as well. And we've got 8,700 bean to collect. Man, people love that. Now I've got 2.33% of the pool here. Now I can actually top that up, but I've got to approve the token there. So we'll approve the token, and let's go. And I've got to approve the token if I'm going to stake more loan token and just top up my position. I've got a lot there on the testnet, 14 billion loan. Topping it up with 379 million loan. That'll get me to 2.39% of the pool here on testnet. So kind of cool. There we go. And we might as well stake it while we're here. So I've approved it and now I have to stake it. So let's do that. Bam. Now when I do that, it's going to take the bean out automatically, right? So I don't have to hit the claim button because I'm topping it up. It just auto pulls it all out and restakes it again. So kind of nice. So yeah, that 379 million is going to increase it by 0.06 there. So looking good. I think that's almost approved. So as you can see, this is working pretty flawlessly, right? So looking good there on the old Barista bean. And yeah, ticking away there. Let me refresh this page. We'll see how many bean I've got here. Bean. So I'm sitting on 329,000 bean. That's the main goal on testnet, get some bean. Now, apparently, if we're testing, we're going to get some sort of real airdrop for testing. So fingers crossed on that. We've been faithfully testing for quite a few weeks, whatever long it's been. Maybe it's been more than that. So it's been 2 months. I don't know, something like that. Feels a while. But anyway, it's coming close. Big shout out to Magic Cup Ride. It is coming. And yeah, an audit now and 2 more weeks for the MCR buffet. So there we are. Big shout out. If you want to find more details, you can check out the link. So MCR 369. Check out, play around with the protocols on testnet. It really is kind of cool. And that is the link to MCR. Kind of cool there. Who else has jumped in there? Free the bean, says Brennan. Indeed, I did free it. That's for sure. European Whale says Hocus Pocus, Pulsepot 1.2% burn. Yeah, Pulsepot doing very well. I'm not covering that today, but that's doing very well. I did notice the price chart when we were going through the Pulsechain projects. What else there? I think that's it, is it? Yeah, we've got Pineapple Love and Alice up for Superman. Daily news and updates on Pulse Hex. That's right, Pineapple Love, you know it. We do our best to do it every day. All right, so that is Magic Cup Ride, which leads us into Coast. Now, you guys may have not seen this or not, but a lot of the influencers out in the space have been trying to get Pulsechain, there's competition to get a new block explorer. VOT3 there is it does block explorers from the looks of it, and of course the idea was to get Pulsechain ranked #1. So all the influencers have been pumping this out. So if you haven't checked this out, you can definitely do it. If you haven't voted, go and vote. I think not sure if the vote's finished or not. Let's have a quick look. But we were #2, and I think we're #1. So yeah, look at that. We were behind Cheer there. Cheer had 491 votes. Pulsechain was below, and now you can see that Pulsechain is now #1 by quite a bit there, 633 votes. So that is doing very well indeed. So if you want to go and vote, it gets you, because it's still, I'm not sure if it's closed, but you can go vote. We've definitely smashed that. New Pulsechain block, block explorer, vote now, and you can find it there. So that's kind of cool. Now, obviously, we want to get more, the more block explorers with better features and stuff like that, the better, right? So definitely worth going to vote for if you want to go vote for that. All right, kind of cool. I did repost it on another account the other day, so it's kind of cool. That gets us into Hex. We got the day. We've got 20 minutes past the day there. If you haven't checked out Hex, of course, the hex.com site, and the link's in the video description. You buy Hex and you burn it for T-shares. T-shares stands for trillions of shares, kind of like our T-share miner, and they mine more Hex for us, so you can do that on Ethereum and Pulsechain. And so let's have a look at the results. Hopefully we've got the results out, because I've been really fast lately and being too fast. We do have yesterday's results out, which I didn't cover. So let's do that quickly. So we've got day 1528. We had 6.8 Hex per T-share yesterday. So that was pretty good for the 7th of February on the old Ethereum chain. We're waiting for day 1529 on the old Pulsechain side, which was, I think, day 271. We had the 7th of February, and the price, we're at 6.8. It was the payout, so pretty much the same on Pulsechain. So that's the main number you want. If you get more T-shares you want to know how much Hex you're getting per T-share, and that is the ratio there at the moment. 6.8 is the payout. Now the price, of course, was down on Ethereum and down slightly on Pulsechain yesterday, but we are waiting for the current day, which is not quite out yet. I seem to be just too fast for this thing, too fast. Let me just pull up the Pulsechain front end again. For the report there, yeah, day 271, that was. We're waiting for day 272 results for this as well. So day 1529 and day 272. So that'd probably be out a little bit there. Let's see anything else. If anyone's got any questions, let me know in the chat there. I've got a few minutes to rock and roll. We're up to 52 minutes. So let me know if you've got any questions, or if you've seen anything that I haven't covered. Let us know. Now, if you haven't joined our Discord, of course, the link's in the video description to join the Discord. I do have a strategy club, which is multi-chain. We look at the best value, best opportunities. We cover, we get early intel, cover the launch dates, cover strategies, and all sorts of stuff. That multi-chain, Pulsechain, BNB, Ethereum, just cool projects, Polygon, whatever we find is really likely to be really good. So if you want the edge, get into strategy club. And if you want to just get into Pulsechain Hex Discord, you can do that too. That's $5 for the Pulsechain Hex Discord. We've got all the information and everything else, so join up there. The link's in the video description. Of course, the Pulsechain Strategy Group is a private club inside that, hidden away inside the Pulsechain Discord. So you can find that, and that is $30 a month. I think it was $35. I think it's $35 a month, so you can join up to that too. We got our next session is tomorrow, so a good time to join. All right, let's see if we got the data up here. Yeah, I'm just too fast these days. You just never know when the data's going to get updated. That's the problem. I probably should be starting the show about a quarter of an hour later, just so we get a chance to get that data coming through. All right, European Wild says Ethereum is at 80 Gwei at the moment. What's up? Yeah, must be something pumping through there at the moment. I haven't really looked to see. We can go to Ultrasound Money, have a look there. It's 77 Gwei at the moment. I see that. Let's have a look at the last couple of hours it's been up, isn't it? Let's have a look to see what is driving that. The Maestro router is up at 1,000 ETH. Banana Gun is at 747. Yeah, that looks possibly maybe those two are the reason. Uniswap is at 3,000 ETH. So look at the last Last day there, Maestro. Yeah, Banana Gun and Maestro up quite a bit there. Yeah, Banana Gun looks like it's driving the NFTs. So Banana Gun NFTs looks like NFTs is driving that European well. So look at the last day. Yeah, Banana Gun and seems to be driving that. Looks like they must have an NFT, maybe some NFT issuance on there. All right, Banana Gun, go Banana Gun, Banana Gun. I'll show you the screen that I'm talking about. There's Banana Gun, look. Banana Gun seems to be driving the daily volume there. If you look at the shorter time frames, 5 minutes, Banana Gun, Maestro. Last hour, Banana Gun, and last hour, 67.8. So I guess that's what's driving it there. All right. What site? Oh well, this is Ultrasound Money, so I'll post this in the link there if you want to see that. Bam. Thanks, Banana. Go to sleep. Need to claim Zenmans. Yeah, well, we're coming up to the weekend, so that should be a bit better. Although we know that you got to do that within the first day, right? Because after that, you start getting penalised 1% and 3%, etc. 99% by day 7. So yeah, but that is the link to Ultrasound Money if you want to follow the gas prices and stuff like that. All right. There are other good sites as well. You can do it, but. The Hex details are not out yet, so we might end it up. I'll probably talk about that tomorrow. The day results. I'm gonna maybe have to start my show a little bit later so we get to that, because you just never know when that data is going to get updated. Normally it's within about half an hour, 40 minutes. All right, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And another really good day that was a pretty good day of updates. Everything's looking bullish. Stock market, crypto markets, Pulsechain, really is looking kind of good. So bring it on. It's still early in the bull market phase, folks. Still early in the bull market. Yeah, Saturday low gas, or Sunday. Sunday's particularly good. Last Sunday was very good. We got down to 10 Gwade, 10.55. They care all says lies beneath. Absolutely. Now I'm going to leave you a little video on the way out. So we do it. Let's do it. All right. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Enjoy the Magic Cup ride. Bull market coming ahead on Pulsechain. Take care. Bye for now.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.